The creatine thing is interesting because it's not like this is actually that new. Like I had Darren Kando on my channel years ago talking about
Hmm.
how, hey, other systems other than just like, muscle might benefit from higher doses of creatine. But it didn't seem to really take off that much. And now all of a sudden, like Rhonda Patrick's talking, all these people are talking about it. So I'm just curious, your experiment, like how it went. I mean, I did watch the video, but for people as
Yeah.
well, because I'm 2 weeks away from dieting. I'm very over
Hmm.
it. I'm done. I'm pretty much done in like 1 or 2 weeks. And I do plan to experiment with the higher creatine after that. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a new thing. I mean, even back when I started lifting, and that was like, 2000 or early 2010s, people were talking about taking, 10% of your body weight in kilograms in grams. So if you're 80 kilos, you take 8 grams of creatine. So it was just after that, people started just harping on the 5 grams enough. You saturate 100%. You don't need more. Now it's just the maintenance dose. You can skip the loading phase. And now, having said all of that, there's some new research that has come out, and there's a couple of people that I saw. One of them was Rhonda Patrick talking about potential brain benefits for this, and I just started digging my way through the research and seeing like what could potentially happen from this. And also, I mean, my main thing is it safe, right? If it's safe, I'm willing to try it out, right? Why not? And because I've been taking creatine now for like more than a decade, I mean, going from 5 to 10 to 15, eventually to 20, like my main concern was if there's any disruption for my digestive system, which didn't really happen at all. The way I sort of went up was just week by week at 5 grams. So the first week was 10, and that was fine to do in one dose. When I got up to 15, on some days I would split it up 7.5, 7.5, and then I went to 20. And I really try to measure it out because when you just do the scoop, like I
Mm,
think people underestimate how much there's like a variance just in the scoop. Like you might be thinking you're taking 5 grams, but if you put actually a glass on the scale and you start really weighing out, like 5 grams is a lot more than you think. Even
mm,
10 grams. When you start doing 20 grams, I mean, you start to run out of creatine pretty fast. Like I noticed,
yeah.
like my tub is just gone. Like I took 600 gram tub from Opto Nutrition. It's already gone. Like, and it's not even been like it's been about a month or so. So it's kind of crazy how quickly you just kind of run through it. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like this experiment of the last couple of months was inspired by just me having the second baby, and going through that whole process of not having enough sleep, and I genuinely noticed a huge difference when I started doing this. Like it's just incredible. Like I've never felt anything with a supplement before.
Mm.
Honestly, I've taken pretty much all the like standard multivitamins. I think the only other one that I felt was when I was really deep into a vitamin D deficiency, and I really started like taking my vitamin D religiously every single day. I went up first, I did like 10,000 IUs for a period of time just to kind of recover. Once I did my blood work and it kind of ended up being around a 50, then I was like, okay, let's maintain it here. Then I went down to 5,000 IUs because even though it's sunny in most places that I live in, I was deficient because I was not going outside. I mean, working most day, I'm doing coaching calls, I'm working with client programs, I'm filming videos, like all this stuff, and you're barely spending outdoors. I mean, I lived in Barcelona. I think I went to the beach like maybe 10 times in like 5 years, right? Like I just don't spend a lot of time like sunbathing and spending outdoor activities like that. So this was an interesting one for me. It's like even after like 7 days, like I started going to 15 grams, I'm like, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm just not being as dead at the end of the day, if that makes sense. Like more of like the mental fatigue, especially the workouts used to leave me completely drained. Now I'm feeling a lot better, hitting pretty decent volume in the gym. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell because there's not a lot of research on this. So there's this Alzheimer's research that just came out. It's a pilot study. It's not a lot of data. Prior to that, I think there was one or two other trials that were somewhat indicative that could be a benefit. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be at 20 grams nonstop forever. I'm just doing it
You're
now
still
while we
doing
have
it.
a, yeah, I'm still doing it. Yeah, I'm still doing it while we have the newborn. I mean, she's 2.5 months now. Still not there yet. So when she hits 6 months, I'm probably going to be able to get a little bit more sleep and a little
Mm,
bit more routine. So I might go down to 15, but I honestly don't think I'm going to go back to 5. I honestly don't think I'm going to go under 10.
mm.
Like it's just there's no, I mean, reason to cut the creatine down to 5. Like if I'm good with 20, and I'll do my blood work and kind of do that very soon now, it's going to be close to 3 months that I'm doing it. So I'm thinking, let's just do some blood work after 3 months because I think that's a long enough period. If something is going to happen, if there's some kind of marker, something that points in the wrong direction, I can start actually, offloading some of the dosage. But man, it's been kind of wild, like that. I've been sleeping on creatine after taking it for 10 years. And yeah, I just never consistently took very high doses. Like there's been days where I just like accidentally maybe took like 8 or 10 grams, but never actually. I don't know if you ever like went up to 10, but I was just religiously taking 5 because you hear all the guys like Lane Norton, you hear all these other guys like talking about 5 is enough, don't take anything but monohydrate. And I think that's perfectly valid advice. And monohydrate is the one I'm taking right now. But it's been pretty interesting to have a supplement actually work because I'm
Yeah.
highly skeptical of anything
Yeah,
out
I
there.
never noticed anything from supplements, honestly,
Yeah.
including creatine. So I didn't take it for the longest time because I tried it many times to notice anything. And what I actually started lowering the dose because
Okay.
you see research that like, hey, you know what, you can actually saturate the muscles with 3 to 4 grams per day. So I was just kind of doing 3 to 4 grams per day. And the only time I actually did recently try 10 grams, not because I wanted a higher creatine. So this was like 2 weeks ago. I was at the
Mm-hmm.
beach. My cousin had whatever brand creatine with a flavoring. And I don't even drink anything with flavoring. All my supplements are just plain.
Mm-hmm.
I just like chug it back. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll try this. But it was whatever, fruit punch or whatever it was. But it also had bioperine in it, if I'm saying that correctly, the
Okay.
black pepper.
Okay.
Um, and so I go on this like 10-mile bike ride, and I'm like 8 miles in. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, and like I don't usually get like severe stomach issues, but I'm feeling just like, oh, what is this? And I had to like run home, go to the bathroom. But was that from the
Okay.
pepper
Yeah.
extract that's in there or the
Yeah, it
creatine?
might
Who
be.
knows? So either way, I will try it after. Now I will probably also want to wait a period of time because obviously I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
finish a diet, add the creatine, but I'm also
Yeah,
adding all these calories and being like, wow, look at the
exactly.
great effect,
You'll school the results. If you
So I gotta
want a
wait at least a
legitimate
month
test,
or
yeah, you
if not
gotta wait.
more. Yeah.
I think a part that explains the results is the sleep deprivation. I
Mhm.
think because my recovery used to be incredible. Like I was sleeping 9 hours. I was like on point. Everything was perfectly dialed and like very robotic. Now it's just not even close to that. So I'm lucky to get 7 hours of continuous sleep.
Mhm.
And I think that plays a key role. And I did reduce my training volume. I did try to do all the other clever, smart things you would do to try to compensate for lower recovery capacity. But I think that's when the creatine potentially might have a bigger effect. Now, I have my dad taking just to see if he's going to experience anything because he's
Mhm.
not dealing with this. He's like 65 years old and he's training. And I have him taking, he was on 5 grams. I told him like do up to 10 just to see
Okay.
what happens and see if he's going to notice any difference. Because we have Alzheimer's running in our family. And he actually is feeling some forgetfulness and some
Mhm.
signs of like dementia and some of that. Now, not as much as actually my grandparents did at his age, because we have this on both of our family sides. And on my mom's side, my grandmother, she was like feeling the effects very early on. Like it was kind of like over the couple of years, like you would see this woman just like super sharp start degrading really quick. And that's something that for me, like kind of looking back at what happened to them, man, if I can avoid that, because you can be in great physical shape, but if you're mentally starting to degrade like that, I mean, yeah, and it's just something I'm trying to really explore different elements. I'm sure by maybe by the time we are like 60 or something like that, they might come up with some new stuff with all this AI going on as well. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because right now it serves a purpose just to keep me sharp in the gym and to make sure I'm not like losing gains or anything, which I'm not really losing gains. But it's also for work because I have not, no, there's no vacations or holidays when you run a business. Like, I mean,
Sure.
I still have to run every single thing that I did before and even more.
Yeah.
So it's just the way it is, right?
Has your dad noticed anything? Like how long's he been doing it?
He's been taking 5 grams now for 6 months, and he has said that he feels a little
Five
bit
grams
better
for
in.
6 months.
Yeah, he's 5 grams 6 months, and I just recently told him like, hey, let's try to go up to 10 because he saw my video. So
Okay.
he saw my video that I did, and he was like, should I be doing more? I'm like,
So how long's he been
let's
on the 10?
it's been like a month. He's just
Any
like,
difference?
since I published the video, like it's been a handful of weeks, right? So he's just he's up to 10. I'll be asking him, like I'm probing a little bit if he's gonna notice any difference because he's less in tune with what's really going on, like with
Mhm.
supplements and training. Like, he's not pushing super hard. His sleep
Right.
is pretty consistent. So I'm not sure if he's gonna feel it. I'm not gonna tell him to go up in dose. Honestly, like I like to myself be the guinea pig of the
Yeah.
family. But if he does notice an improvement, I will see, I'll report because it's really interesting because I'll just tell him, let's keep doing the 10, right?
Yeah.
And another, again, case of vitamin D being a really key factor for him as well. Like he noticed a huge difference, vitamin D and K combo, just made him sleep much better at night, much better mood, like just feeling a ton better. So,
Yeah, and like you said, how much of it is the sleep deprivation? Like, it
yeah.
looks like we have some evidence now that in sleep deprivation it's helpful, but if you're already getting great sleep and everything, I don't know if it would be. And then, you read a lot of comments and people were saying that creatine negatively affects their sleep, like just like standard doses. I was surprised to see that because I don't,
Yeah.
again, I don't know this thing, one way or the other, but anyway, some people have said that. I
I
get
haven't
plenty of
seen any
time.
negatives, man. Yeah.
No negatives. I have plenty of time in bed. My issue is my sleep quality is just trash.
Mm.
Just, a lot of thoughts and, running business and all that stuff like that. It's just hard to get consistent sleep. So, maybe it would help. Who knows?
I think it's probably not affecting the sleep as much. It's just helping the brain to cope with worse sleep. I feel like that's the effect
Right,
because
right,
I'm
right.
not seeing any effect on sleep, both let's say any positive or negative. But I am seeing like on a really bad night, like if my daughter wakes up like 3, 4 times, she doesn't know, she starts like having nightmares now at 2.5 years old. Like she's kind of starting to get in that phase. Um, it's like you're there and you really, I mean, you can be with her, but you're just not going to get the hours. And then the next day, I still have like a full schedule. I'm going to do like, 9 hours, 10 hours of work straight plus the gym. I just feel like the afternoon. And by the time I hit the gym, I don't have that dip and I'm like not exhausted as much. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
mileage may vary, we'll
yeah.
see. I'll report. I like to do these things because I can report, like the thing is like 3 months, 6 months later, because I'm sure a lot of content creators will make a video like this and just kind of blow over and, pick the algorithm up to, carry some of the views and they're going to ignore it. I'm really doing it systematically here. Like I'm actually measuring it out. I'm looking at it and I'm going to see what's going to happen. And if I will notice, especially when I go off, is the effect going to be missing now? Am I going to notice something? It's kind of like that thing where before when I was sleeping 9 hours and doing everything well, I never felt the need for a pre-workout or any caffeine or anything like that. Now I
Yeah.
didn't want to add caffeine because I don't want to mix the caffeine with the creatine. It's going to mess me up and then I'm not going to report correctly. But when I go down in creatine, I might try adding caffeine and seeing that. Because again, just trying to see if there's anything that I can do on the side that can help even a little bit, right?
Yep, for sure, man.